Hello, Mr. Anthony.
Hello, Mr. OG.
Good evening, everyone. We are live
Good evening.
again.
Good evening.
One thing I love about our live session is, oh, your side is so bright. My light is so. Can you see me at all? I might have to move towards the light. Let me see. Oh wow, so dark. Well, I'll be asking all the questions today.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about our broadcast is that the broadcast is always an opportunity for somebody to learn something
Yes.
about what we do, how they can better their life,
Mm.
and where they need to reach to get to where they want to get to, or what they need to do to get to where they want to get to. You see, before I introduce Cedar Pro, you see, I just believe that our love for people is what is making us do what we do. There's
Mm-hmm.
so much information that we release on a daily basis on Instagram, on YouTube, on Clubhouse, you know, having lectures with students. We release so much. And if there's anyone out there who don't really know what we are Cedar Pro, a training body with ISO accreditation based in United Kingdom. So when I say ISO accreditation, one of the ISO is 9001, which is quality. Everything we do ties us up with quality. So
Mm.
you're not just coming into a training organization that will train you and give you a certificate of attendance. No, you're coming into a training organization that is accredited worldwide because we are ISO accredited and also working towards PMI accreditation. What more do you want? Mr. Anthony, you're welcome today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. What an awesome time to be with you all. This is Cedar Pro, Cedar Professionals to be precise.
Yeah.
We are very excited about this year. I think about this year and I think about all the beautiful things that is happening, and I think we are in a very good place, honestly.
Excellent. Excellent.
So yeah, we have a wonderful topic. What's the topic for today? I was just thinking about that. What is our topic for today? Oh?
Let me put it there. The difference is between a business analyst and a product owner. Some
Ah,
people,
oh, what a topic! What a
yeah,
topic!
some people want to go for both roles and they are thinking, what do I need to do? Well, yesterday we spoke about the role of the business analyst, who the business analyst is, and how to be an effective business analysis or
Yeah.
an effective business analyst and what
Mm-hmm.
the business analysis role is all about. So today we're looking at the differences between business analyst and a product owner. So, Mr.
Yes.
Anthony, please fire on.
Okay. All right. That's a very good question that we have for today. I think, um, firstly, when we talk about these roles, again, guys, this is Cedar Pro. Our job is very simple. We train you with the practical insights you need in order to be successful, employable, and more importantly, achieve your career and financial objectives. And what we always say is we are not theorists, we are practitioners, we are in the industry, and we can give you what is necessary for you to be successful. So get in contact with us and any opportunity for us to help you. Now, with that said, business analyst and product owner. Well, we're talking about the agile world, right? The agile world presents to us the whole product owner concept. Business analyst is not really a new role. It's always
Yeah.
been there. I mean, people are constantly doing that. Maybe not in a very term as business analyst or, you know, uh, um, you know, yeah. So one thing we've just got to realize is that fundamentally we're looking at the tech industry, and we are basically saying that there are roles, specific roles within that industry for the delivery of product development, right? So whatever the product is, whether it's some sort of application or it's a system or something, whatever it is, there are roles that are necessary to achieve this. So you've got developers, you've got product owners, you've got scrum masters, you've got business analysts, and agile project managers, etc., etc. And all of these roles are geared towards, like I said, the facilitating the actual execution of achieving
Yeah.
the development of a product successfully. So a product owner, let's start with the product owner. Product owners typically are people that have the vision of the project, of the product development. So they either deal with the product managers or they deal with the client directly, or the business rep, the business manager, or whoever the contract management is. And their goal is to basically understand the core concept of what is necessary in the development, or sorry, what exactly does the client want to see, right? So they have a vision of the product development. They've been able to talk to the client continuously to actually understand what needs to be there, right? This is what the client wants. This is the vision that they are seeing. This is the end in mind, and this is what they want. And and so in doing that, what they say to themselves is product owners typically are people that know how to ask the right questions. They have what you call subject matter knowledge. They have some sort of expertise in the domain that they are operating. And they just have a way of getting the right information, getting the right pictures from the actual what do you call it, the clients or the stakeholders. And then they have now the responsibility of now relaying it in such a way that is easily understandable by the team, the development team, the scrum masters, and whatnot, whatever the case might be. So they're almost like middlemen between the client and the development team. So
Beautiful.
they have to be very good at communicating and have strong interpersonal skills, and then also the ability to visualize um, and see what is being communicated from either way, and then bring that merge between those two things and ensure that there is that synergy between them. So product owners typically are people that need to have good communication, good understanding of how to relate with people. And then, of course, they have to be subject matter experts. There are many other skills that they need to have, but fundamentally, this is exactly what a product owner does. On the contrary, a business analyst, sometimes who doubles up as a product owner, is someone who's more of like a helper to bring to bear the vision um, of the product owner into plans, into ideas that can be communicated. So I'll give you an example. A product owner says they understand the features. Well, the features have to now be translated into user stories. Who's going to do that? A business analyst will have that responsibility of doing that. A product owner says, okay, I understand how it should look. A business analysis will now have the responsibility of now putting together the wireframes, right? I understand how things must move from point A to point B. The business analyst will now have to create the flow charts. So it's more of like the eye and the hand, as it were, where the business analyst acts as the hand of bringing to bear the ideas in the mind of the product owner so that can help facilitate the communication or the development of it. So business analysts typically are people who gather requirements, they analyze the requirements, they then model those requirements, and then they help in the communication of it. You'll find a business analyst, even in the general concept itself, there are people that deal with requirements on an ongoing basis. And requirements is simply what needs to be done, and that's exactly what the client-facing role of a product owner has the responsibility of doing, which is to gather that information, get that core concept, get it in the mind, be able to pull it out, do some scribbles, and then hand it over to the business analyst to now put flesh on it, put all the various, whether it's flow charts, whether it's data flow diagrams, whatever it is, the business analyst will now help in that stuff. Now, this is then in the development of softwares, right? In the development of softwares, this is exactly what happens. Now, one thing I have to say is that the product owner um, is quite specific to the IT industry. It's very, very specific to the IT industry, and it's I dare say it's also very specific to the agile way of doing things. So, what we see, the transition is that people become business analysts, and then eventually they move on to become product owners. And if you have that business analyst, training, what will happen is that you will now be in a position to actually transition into any industry, not just the tech industry. But once you move into product owner, you have to understand that product owner is very specific to the tech and the agile world of developing products. Very, very important for you to understand that. One point that I need to make when it comes to product owners is that product owners are people who have to have a strong sense of working with people. Product owners typically are not the ones that lead the development team, but a lot of the times they're going to questions about what needs to be done at this time, what needs to be done at that time. They are strong people at planning and also sort of putting things into perspective, and then sort of looking at the strategic element of things. When do we develop this? When do we develop that? All those various things. That element is something that a product owner must have. You have to have a strong planning ability. You've got to be able to look at roadmaps and create strategy and then engage stakeholders on an ongoing basis, right? However, you need to know how to handle people. You need to know how to deal with changes, because sometimes you find that a product owner will be dealing with a client who needs something right now, and then they will go to the development team, and the development team is saying, we can't actually implement this. The question is, how do you do it? You need to know how to communicate, how to relate, be empathetic, and have that sense of wanting to win, wanting to have mutually beneficial solutions. So win-win solutions for all of it, everybody, so that it doesn't feel like it's one-sided at all times. But business analysts are people that tend to be by themselves some of the times. They communicate with stakeholders, then they move on to go and gather requirements, and then they come back. They communicate with stakeholders, they move on, go and gather requirements. So you have to be somebody that is analytical. You have to be somebody that likes to ask questions, likes to investigate why, when, what, who, how. You have to be somebody that has that kind of strength in yourself. Product owner is client facing, whilst business analyst is back end kind of thing, making sure that everything that has been gotten from the client is now translated into feasible plans and stuff that can be executed upon. And then I want to also mention quickly that when it comes to transition, right, being a business analyst is good. Being a product owner is good. But like we always tell our students, don't put yourself in a position where you are restricted. I dare say that if you're going to be a product owner, you should have that skill set of a business analyst. If you're going to be a business analyst, you should have that skill set of being a product owner, because it will open up the world for you, even if you have 2 CVs, and you can always go into, because quite honestly, it's just the client facing element that, or the leading elements that really makes the difference between a business analyst and a product owner. As a product owner, you go into meetings and you have to lead the conversation and guide people. You're almost like moving people towards a direction. As a business analyst, you don't really make the decisions. You guide in the decision making, you provide the insights, and then you leave them to make their own decisions. But if you have those 2 skill sets, as the years go by, as the days go by, you find that you're developing the leadership elements necessary to actually do each role. And the rewards are enormous. The rewards are enormous in this particular industry. Yeah, Mr. Oji.
Just a question I want to ask you now. If somebody's watching us and say, okay, where does Cedar Pro come in for me? How would you reply to such person? Somebody's thinking of, I want to have this, I want to become a product owner, I want to become a business analyst. How does Cedar Pro come in?
Yes. Cedar Pro's responsibility is very simple. I think one thing that, and I was saying this today or yesterday, we care about students. We really do care about students in a sense that, and we've said it multiple times, that this is the reason why we're doing this is because we want to help people. And this is where we really sort of separate ourselves from everybody. And so we say, okay, fine. When you come into Cedar Pro, we have the opportunity to listen to you, to help you identify your key strengths and abilities, right? So that from the onset, I want to go into the direction of a business analyst, product manager, project manager, whatever the case is, product owner, sorry. And that kind of clarity forms the foundation necessary for you to begin to put up the right structures. And then from there, of course, you'll have the experiential elements that you need in order to develop the actual confidence that you actually require to be successful. Okay, so part of the training is that you are giving the tools in a theoretical format, but you're also given the opportunity to practice what you've learned in the classes so that you can be able to know. And I was having this conversation with some students the other day in whether or not we have live projects and we don't have live projects. I think there's a misunderstanding with this whole live projects. Students that come that just learn something for 6 weeks, they want you to give them somebody's system or application for them to deliver. It's like, you know, anyway, you're an apprentice, they don't do that for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
live project.
yeah.
You are working with other people who are also in charge of delivering the thing.
That's it.
We're not going to hand it over to you for you to be doing it. It's a That's not how it works.
Yeah,
It's something that it's a live project we're working on. We've been working on it. We're making changes. But it's we need to qualify that for students. They have this assumption, and I was asking one of the students. I said, let's assume it is not live. How does that stop your learning curve? Your job
yeah,
is to complete a project or the development of a product. If you go through, the goal is to get you to learn the process of development, so that when you are in a setting where you're told you need to
yeah,
do this, you remember step one, step two, step three, step four. But
yeah.
sometimes the communication element needs to be probably explained to our students. It's a live project,
I think
but we
so.
will not hand it over to you.
Yeah,
You just learn a 6 weeks program and you want to build an application. That's not how it works.
yeah,
Applications that are worth thousands of pounds, it doesn't work like that. You'll be shadowing people who are building it in the background. They probably finished building it or they are completing it to a certain stage, but you are building yours according to your pace, and you are doing things in a way that you learn all the various things that you need to learn.
yeah.
So
But you see, Mr. Anthony, the way pilots learn is this: they put them in a simulative environment.
exactly. Hmm.
Everything you're going to learn in life is all about simulative environment. Um, when I started the role in 2017 as a principal designer, my first 6 months was very intense. It was difficult because when I came in, my first week, I was already given a project. It was really tough, very, very tough.
Mm.
And then those of us that changed roles during COVID, where everybody was working remotely, it was another tough experience. When you
Mm.
think about those things, it's not what you want to expose a student to.
Yeah,
The reason is because every student coming in have different learning styles.
exactly.
You can come in and say, I want to start off today. I want to hit the ground and just run. Others might come in and you phase them in. Some others might come in, even after the practical class, they will still need help.
Yes.
Everybody has got different learning styles. But the main thing is this: when you come into Cedar Pro, we look at your learning style and try to put you in the group that will benefit you. The
Hmm.
impact of things happening like that is this: when you rush into a program, you're going to have serious imposter syndrome. It's
Yeah.
going to affect you seriously because by the time you rush into the program, you're taught everything. You've not really had time for the things you've learned to settle. Then
Mm.
you are rushing out again. By the time you get in there, you're going to find it very, very difficult
Mm.
because you need to understand that when you leave a training program and go into a job, you're going to meet different people who have gone for different trainings, different years of experience, different mentoring, different understanding, all of you working together.
Mm.
And because you were so much in a hurry to move out, you're going to have issues. You might end up asking them a lot of questions, which might lead to your early, termination of your appointment
Mm.
because they will feel that you're not really comfortable with what you're doing,
Hmm.
which is really, it's not the right thing to do. So um, with Cedar Pro, just based on what you said, so much knowledge is given to you. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Get in there. Look for a job. It does not matter where you start from. Start from somewhere.
Yeah.
I always tell the student, I'll say, look for a job. Look for a job. They say, but I'm not good enough. No, start from somewhere.
Yes.
The advantage you have over, because now there's so much influx of migrants into UK. You need
Hmm.
to understand that. As they are coming, these are people with different levels of education. Now, some of them might have been working as business analysts
Mm.
in their country, but Now they are coming into UK. They need UK experience. They
Mm-hmm.
go through the classes, they get the job and move on because they've set themselves up. So get into that area now. And I'm so glad to all do see that pro. You go through the 6 weeks training, 3 months intensive training, then you get your reference. We'll start looking for jobs, or we'll help you, look for jobs while you are looking for jobs. Any opportunity come our way, we communicate it to you. We look through your CV, help you get your CV, look through your LinkedIn profile, help you through your LinkedIn profile, support you, not really help you, we support you towards putting it together. What more can you ask for? You know,
Absolutely.
and registration is currently ongoing for the next class. So
Yes.
call you to take advantage of the 50% discount. Quickly take advantage of it. Stanton, you have some few things you want to say?
Any final words from me is just look, guys, the world is changing. I think you sent me a post, Mr. Oji, today that digital transformation is everywhere.
It's just
And
everywhere. It
it's
is
everywhere. We can't run away from it.
no,
So we need to get involved and get yourself in a position where you are, you know, um, you're relevant. You're relevant. With the way things are going, get yourself in a place where you're relevant, and Cedar Pro is here to help you.
that's
Thank
it.
you very much,
And
guys.
yeah, with the CPD I did to the project management training beam, and
Hmm.
we're related to project management. One of the things they said is this: by 2025, the UK government want to make sure that every infrastructure that has been developed must have a digital aspect of it.
Yes.
So digital transformation,
It's
digitalization of things has come to stay.
it's come
It's
to
not
stay. It's come to stay, and we have to
yeah,
get involved with it.
that's it. And when UK government say 2025, they're already working towards it. Before 2025, it becomes a law. It becomes a law. And if you don't have it and you're saying it's too difficult, I can't manage, I can't do this, you'll be left behind.
You'll be left behind. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. Anthony. And we'll be seeing you again tomorrow at
Yep.
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, guys.
See you
All the
there.
best.
Thanks so much then. Bye bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.